Don't we work at one of the coolest places? If you want to see it in person, come to the Day of Discovery. We're almost sold out. There's only a few spots left. If you've been paying attention, that is running out quickly. We've made a couple upgrades. We've expanded the facility that we're using for this Day of Discovery, and still, there's only a few spaces left. So check it out tonight. Land the last spot. Make sure you get you're going to want to be here. There's going to be a ton of fun, a lot of activity, and a lot of people involved. But before that, Marv, can I say one thing? We announced winners having to do with the Day of Discovery.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
So let's talk about them right now.
Okay, so we had two winners that were going to win a coin and a hotel night stay at the Day of Discovery. If it's going to be based on, it will tell me if I'm wrong.
It was enrollment points.
Enrollment points.
Yep.
So people from the end of the month, the 20th on to the end of the month, the most points from enrollment on, all new enrollment points, the person with the most was going to win a coin and get a hotel night stay. And not only one.
No, we had two.
Two. Okay, so
these are the top two people.
So these are the top two people, and Marv, I'm going to do my best with this. So with your German, correct me if I'm wrong. Beth, I'm so sorry if I say this incorrectly. Beth Schliebe. I tried my best, Beth. I hope that works for you. I hope you know who you are. We know who you are, and so we'll be in contact with you. But the other person who won, Quinten Ritter. Quinten, congratulations. You did a fantastic job.
Thanks, you guys, for all your hard work. We really appreciate it. And here's a little upgrade, or just a little preview of the types of things that you're going to see at the Day of Discovery, but it's even more in-depth what you're going to see. We have some announcements that are going to blow you away. And remember, those people with those coins are going to be the ones that are going to really, really, really get to see these upgrades the quickest, because they have a little preview the night before. So this is going to be really fun. But let me tell you about a couple of things that you should go check out right now. Please go and do a scan on the Inner Voice. You know how wonderful the Inner Voice is. It's an amazing, amazing program. It's actually the foundation of our entire system. Okay? So don't forget that. Go look at them. Go check out those new reports. They're really, really well done. And
what about replicated sites?
The other thing that I was going to mention,
okay.
I didn't forget.
I'm always getting ahead.
But thank you, Kai. I know you're excited because this is amazing.
I am
really,
excited.
It is amazing, and I'm really super excited about it. I want you to go check out your new replicated site. I had a chance to tell a few people, a handful of those legacy people who were on our call last Friday, that we had a brand new corporate site. But this is the most important site of all. Mm-hmm. It's your replicated site. It's the home where you send people to sign them up and to help them buy their products. And wait until you see what we put together for you. Go check it out. It's shop.solexnation.com, and go in and check out your new replicated site.
Yep. Mind you, / your username to make sure you get the address right when you share it to somebody else. Can we talk about, now this is Shelby's favorite part of every intro. It was top enrollers for this last week. And so for the period of April 25th through May 3rd, let's start with a tie for second.
Well, I am so excited to see these names again.
Yes.
These are people who have not been here just once. Now, this is at least twice.
Yep. So Quinten Ritter, congratulations. Second place. And Rita Dickinson, congratulations on coming in second place for top enroller. And our winner, the number one first place for last week,
Tammy Ward.
Who would have guessed? Tammy Ward. Congratulations.
We had so much fun when you were here visiting us this last week, and we are so proud of you. Thank you, Tammy.
Yeah, well done. We're going to have a great call tonight, so stay tuned. Okay, hold on. We missed one thing. What did we miss, Marv?
You know, we have something that is really exciting. We have created a bunch of promotional videos, and you're going to be able to share them. And we want you to see this first one that we've just completed and see what it's like. You'll be able to share it on Facebook or wherever you might like to share it. We're going to post it on YouTube right after this call. Take it away.
Hey everyone, I know that there have been some interest in how we handle data and the privacy of your information, especially as it relates to the AO scanner. And so what I want to do is just kind of briefly do an overview of what we do to take care of your information, to make sure it's protected, as well as to utilize the minimal amount of information that we need in order to best service you with the scanner itself. In short, we do obviously have to collect information, and we do through your profiling. That profiling information does have to be collected by us and in a place where we autonomously store it so that it can be retrieved, but only for you. That information is protected, it is minimal, it has really not even very little use, no use beyond personal because of the type of data and the way in which we store it. Now, that said, we utilize a very minimal amount of ancillary data to make sure that we are measuring our systems, to make sure we're understanding how the technology is utilized so that you have the very best experience when you're in the technology, when you're running scans, so that we have the right loads and measurements as far as sending and retrieving information from you as you're utilizing the scanner. With that said, nothing personal, nothing fearful, nothing beyond that should be concerned. We obviously, though, do need to transfer your data from the phone to us so we can process it and get it back to you. In that effort, there is a transfer of information, but the most minimal amount that we can use and in a way that grossly protects your interests, your information, so we keep it just for you. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Dr. John Hernandez, and I'm a medical doctor who practices integrative medicine. What that means is I blend both conventional and natural medicine together, and I'm excited to have been introduced about 4 months ago to the new AO technology. This is a breakthrough technology for health and well-being and a sense of wellness. And this technology is based on frequencies, and you may be asking, what are frequencies? Some of you may know, but many may not. And I'm here to tell you that you already use frequencies every day, not only on your cell phone, but what about your television? If you watch television, you know what a frequency-based device is like. Literally, when you watch TV, there are frequencies coming in to your television through the airwaves, and you're watching a movie or the news. And you're also using a frequency device, otherwise known as a remote control, to change the type of frequency information you're getting from channel to channel, from the news to a movie. Now, also, what else could help you understand what's a frequency and how does it apply to me and my body and my health and my wellness? Well, think about your visit to the doctor. Have you ever had an EKG, or have you ever heard or seen on television someone getting an EKG, an electrocardiogram, that tracing of your heart? That's because as a human person, as a human being, you're not just chemicals and chemistry. You're also electrical. And frequencies are based on the electromagnetic part of the human body, of your body. And you have cells in your body. These cells are like your cell phone in that if I dial your cell phone number, I need to dial it exactly right to get you. If I'm off one number, we get someone else, like a different frequency. Well, your body is full of cells, trillions of cells that make up your organs, your liver, your brain, your heart, and your lungs, and others. Well, they all have their own cell phone number, if you want to think of it. And if you dial in the right frequency, the right number, then you're able to see what the liver is doing or what the brain is doing with frequencies. So that's what frequencies are in a nutshell. What this device is designed to do is how it helps you is, what if your frequencies get out of balance? Have you ever tried to start a car in the winter and it won't turn over? The battery's dead. And you have to charge the battery back up. Well, all of your body cells are batteries. They're literally like batteries. And if your energy is low in the batteries, they don't tend to work as well. Then you have symptoms, maybe something like you're tired more. Maybe you're not sleeping as well. Maybe you have a few more aches and pains than you were used to. Or maybe you're having a little bit of challenge with brain fog or memory issues. Well, that may be a sign that your electrical batteries, your frequencies, are a little out of balance, out of harmony. The AO technology is designed to restore those frequencies into harmony and balance. And by doing so, you wind up being able to restore a sense of well-being to the body. You optimize and are adapting to what it's like to again be healthy. So the reason I'm sharing this new technology with you is, again, in a nutshell, we're now coming into a new age of where health and your wellness can be taken into your own hands and is available to you now on a simple device, your own cell phone, as an example. And you can learn to use and rebalance and harmonize these frequencies for your own well-being. Well, thank you for listening, and it was great speaking to you, and hopefully we'll get to see each other again soon.
Hello, everyone. Want to address some more of the questions that have come through and give you some more insight on what we're doing and where we're headed. I think one of the big things that's come up in the last couple of weeks is privacy, and rightfully so. Being concerned about our privacy is a big thing. My brother, who works for Facebook, says that privacy is an illusion. He says if you own a smartphone, you have no privacy. But that being said, we here at Solex take your information seriously. And so you need to know that the way we collect your information and the way we store that information is in no way available to Google or Facebook or anybody else out there. We don't sell your information. In fact, the way we store it couldn't be sold anyway, because it's stored in such a way that it only helps us help you have a better scanning experience. I hope that makes sense. It's just that information. Now, for those of you who are worried about or concerned about facial recognition, if you don't want your face on that picture, you can take a picture of your hand. You can take a picture of your shoulder. It doesn't matter. We just need a picture that creates a signature that is unique to you. We prefer the picture, and me personally, with my clients, makes it really easy for me to see the picture and, yep, that's the client I want. But the picture is digitized, and that data is put just to make a signature for you, a frequency for you. It's not used in any way, the way it's stored in the data, unless they had a scanner to formulate that data, it would just be gobbledygook. So your picture isn't in any way able to be used nefariously either. So Kai talked to you about the privacy, and just so you know that we do take that serious. Now, there's one other step you can do, and that is to go and use maybe Firefox. Firefox is another platform that it works on. The Chrome, the code behind Chrome makes it to where we can use our app on Safari, Firefox, Chrome. It's a universal coding. That's why we use it. So, bottom line, we don't do anything with your data, never will. No interest in that. The way it's stored, it's only stored to where it can be opened and compressed on the scanner, on your handheld device, or if you open it up on an iPad or a tablet or a computer. It's only going to work in your profile on that device at that moment in time. Once you close out on that, it's not available in any way, shape, or form that can be utilized. Okay? So I hope that helps and helps you feel a little more comfortable about that. And we do understand it, and we are sensitive to that. Okay. Next question we want to talk to you about or things that have come up is, why in the world am I getting so many supplements when I do my morning scan? Good question. And the risk of being a little snarky, I did address this a little bit in the last video, so let me go over it one more time. When we first introduced QuickScan, we didn't have the My Library coding finished yet for the handheld. So we gave you a morning and an evening and a custom. And you were able to go in and put your supplements in the morning and the evening and custom. But then a few weeks later, we introduced My Library. Changed everything. Mostly good. Bad is you had to re-enter everything one more time. But it allows you to, in your My Library, you put in all the supplements. Not just the supplements you use, but the supplements for your clients, for your spouse, your children, your pets. All of those go into My Library. Now what you want to do is you want to make some specific categories unrelated to like the brands. For example, if you're an essential oil person, you might have a category for Young Living or Mountain Rose or doTERRA, and I hope I offended everybody on that and got them all. But my point is, you're going to make a category for every brand, okay? But then you're going to make 3 very specific categories. And one is called morning, one is called midday, and one is called evening. Now you still want that custom one in there, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. But the way they're set up in your scanner right now is when you click on morning, if you didn't go through and specify a new morning one, it's going to scan everything in your My Library. You're going to end up with a boatload of supplements that you don't need and don't want to take. So once you build My Library and you've built it out all that way, and you know how to do that, and if you need some refreshing, we have some videos in the back office that show you how to do that. Get used to your back office. Get used to those videos on the YouTube channel and the other channels that we have out there, because they're your resource. That's your go-to. You'll get faster service there than with customer support. However, that is getting better every day. Okay, so you build your My Library and you build your 3 categories, morning, midday, and evening. Once you've built your library, then you would then select only the supplements that you want in the morning. Then you would attach them to the morning category. You do the same with midday, and you do the same with evening. Why do you have a custom? Okay, so let's say that you or one of your clients has some medications that are sensitive. You don't necessarily want everybody to know that you're taking those particular medicine or supplements. Supplements, not medicines. You put that in the custom area. That way, when it scans, it's scanning the custom. If there's nothing there, nothing's going to come. But that way, it's kind of private to just that particular profile that you set the custom up for. I hope that makes sense. So custom is for sensitive supplements that you want to reserve for yourself or a client. So, recap. Get rid of morning, get rid of evening right now. Empty those out in your scanner. Then go in and set up a new morning, add a midday and a new evening, and then put the supplements that are appropriate for just those 3 categories. Now when you go to do your morning scan, the only supplements that are going to be scanned for you that time is what's in that category, the new one. Now we added midday because there's a lot of people that take supplements 3 times a day. So that's why that's there. So you'll see it on your thing. You will see a change on that screen in the next few days to a week where it will say morning, midday, evening. But they are just starting points. They're just buttons for you to push, okay? And they will then link to your new morning, midday, or evening categories. Okay, so you'll no longer get a whole load of supplements. You'll only get what's in that category. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, another one that's come up, and we're scratching our head on this one. Why am I not getting any emails? Why don't you guys send me any emails or any texts? We do. Many. But you have to opt in. You have to go in and say, yes, I accept receiving emails and texts from either this email address or this phone number. And if you're not quite sure how to do that, there's a video in the back office that explains how to opt into our emails and texts. Now, believe it or not, even though you've opted in, if you don't open them and you don't read them, you still won't get any information. You've got to read them. Now, if you're like me, and hopefully you're better looking, but if you're like me, you get tons of emails, and I'll go through in the morning And it's just click, 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 click to get rid of them because I'm wasting so much time reading emails that aren't important to me, spams. We will never, ever spam you. So if you see an email from Solex or a text from Solex, it's important. It's information we feel that you need. So look for those, opt in, open them, read them, and you'll find some great information, and you'll be on top of everything that we're going, like special events, special prizes, who won what. So it's really important that you get into that communication. And I know that we're moving technology more from email to text, and so that's why we do have texts. And yes, we do have our Facebook group and our other groups out there, but sometimes it's just great to get that little text or that little email that's just real short and doesn't take a lot of time to get. So get used to that. Check it once a day, and be up to date with what we're doing. Okay, now another thing I want to talk about, and this is really important, is you can log on to multiple devices, okay? But you can only log on to one at a time. You can only scan on one at a time. So as we've been testing the software and trying to refine some of the user interface, we've had it to where you could every once in a while get on and have two different devices scanning at the same time. But that's not what it was for. It was for us to be able to improve the software. That no longer is something that we need to do, and so that won't be there. So just understand your subscription is for one device at a time. Now, another question that comes up with that is people say, well, I've ordered my device, I've ordered my phone, but I don't get it for 2.5 weeks. Now, we try to get it out much faster than that, but sometimes things can be slower. In your welcome letter, there will be a link that will show you how to open up the AOScan mobile app right on your own phone, your own iPad or Samsung, Android device, your laptop, to where you can actually be utilizing the scan the moment you sign up. That's awesome. Awesome. You don't have to wait even an hour to be utilizing the scanner on your existing device. So why would we even sell you a device? Well, the day may come when we won't be able to, just because of the way things are in the world. The getting hardware, go and try to order a computer or even get cell phones right now is really difficult with the political climate that exists. But our devices, our phone and our tablet, have absolutely no tie to Google other than getting through to the app. They're not tracked. There's no marketing done on them. And we have 100% of the resources of those processors. Unlike your other phones, your Apple phones and your Android phones that are commercially available in the market, either the phone people or the carrier of that phone has allocated about 20 to 25% of the resources of those processors so that they can track you, understand and listen to you and what you're talking about, so they know what ads to send you. Our devices don't do that. So why do we even want you to use them on your device? Just so that you can have access to the scanner at any time. If your device gets dropped or broken, or for whatever reason it takes longer to get a device to you, you're able to use it right now. And in the case that it gets to the point where we just can't get you devices, you're still able to have the access to these things. Now, when you're using your own devices, you need to keep your cookies and your cache clean. You need to keep your history clean, and so that your system won't slow down on you. But let me just recap that. You don't have to wait. When you order your device, you sign up, you get either your phone or your tablet or your Bluetooth headset, and you purchase your subscription, it's available to you that moment. So you're in. You're able to go and start working and scanning and educating yourself on how your body works and the best ways to make it work better. A lot of uncertainty on how to set up your doses when you're setting up your My Library. And do I have to open up every bottle, and how do I do a dose? Okay, so if a dose is one capsule or one tablet, that's what you put in the shot glass that you put on your screen to make to add it into your library. If it's a liquid, same thing, whatever that liquid is. But let's say that it's like a vitamin C that you may some days take 500 milligrams, and another day you might need 1,000, you might need 1,500. Then what you would do is you would make an entry for each one of those. Vitamin C, 500 milligrams, 1 scoop. Enter it. Next entry, vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams, 2 scoops, etc. So when it's scanning to tell you which one of those is most appropriate for you vibrationally at that time. Does that make sense? So you can have the same supplement but entered in multiple times at different dose levels, okay? Same with liquids. Same with almost any of them. We had one of our doctors a few years back on our bigger scanner. He's really the one, Dr. Blasingame, that actually helped us understand that. When he was trying, he just put the whole bottle on there and scanning. It wouldn't never come up, and he was scanning people, and none of his supplements were coming up for his people. And then it hit him. Oh, maybe it needs to be the dose. And he cut that down. He started doing just dosing, and then all of a sudden, bang, it just clicked. And bless his heart, he gave us a call, and he says, Loran, we've got to make a change here. This is what you have to do. You have to measure the dose, the frequency of the dose, not the whole bottle. Brilliant. Didn't think about it. He did. And we're so grateful that he shared it with us. And believe it or not, your comments back to us, your suggestions to us, they're like gold. They help us understand things that we may have overlooked or just not thought of. And so we really appreciate those things that you give to us. It shows that you're truly in and committed to making this the best, and we're here to do that for you. So dosing is important, critical, so that's what you have to do. And yes, there will be a little bit of an investment in there if you're like a store or you're a center that has lots of supplements and you want to add those in. We had one little grocery store that wanted us to do this in their pharmacy. We wouldn't touch any of their medicines, but we did all of the pharmaceutical supplements and hair shampoos and sprays and dyes. We loaded all of these things into a computer for them so that they could, a person could walk in, enter their information, do a quick scan, and it would come up with the list of the top 10 things that their body resonated with. I thought that was cool. That's how this whole thing started as far as doing your supplements. So it took them it took a little bit of time, and it took an investment with them for us to build that. But it paid for itself over and over and over since then. So utilize it, even if it's just for your home. That's easy because you're opening up a bottle that you're going to use anyway. But build that supplement. The dosing is absolutely critical. Those of you that are making those suggestions on Facebook, and then you see it disappear, we didn't just delete it. We actually wrote it down. We cataloged it, and it goes into our meetings when we discuss the suggestions. It just didn't need to stay up where it was in that space. So just remember, suggestions are important. Sometimes emails are better. But if you're going to put them up, then you see it disappear. There was a reason. We've got it. All right, now I think the last thing I want to talk to you about, and this is really something that's exciting to us. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to have a full basic training on the device. Nuts and bolts, beginning to end, the entire alphabet of soup. The whole thing is coming. On how to set up a device, how to troubleshoot it, how to clean it up, how to operate all the different little functions in the scan, all the way from the top to the bottom. And I know that not all of you use everything on the scanner, but everything will be in that training. So the things that you do use are there just so that you can refer back to, and they will be in your back office. So within the next 2 weeks, basic training, and it's free. It's absolutely free for you to help learn that. So I'm telling you that because it's exciting, because it's going to make your experience on the AO scan so much better. But it'll also make it to where when you have an issue, and it might be at 11 o'clock at night, you're getting ready to bed, you're trying to do a scan and something's not, you can go right into your back office, look at those videos. Oh, that's what I did wrong. And then it's simple. It just gets you where you're going. And there's greater things coming down the pike. Pay attention. If you get to still have time, get into the Day of Discovery coming in June. As always, we appreciate you. Look forward to your comments. Look forward to meeting you all whenever that time comes. Have a good night.
Hey, thanks everyone for coming and being a part of our call tonight. We really appreciate it. Lauren, you did a great job. Kai, I thought you did a great job explaining all of the technical issues behind privacy and that type of thing. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a good night all.
Have a good night.
Good night.
We forgot something.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time.
We got to get back the
can't do
coins.
this. You know what we're going to do?
All right.
That the person who earns the most liftoff bonus, let's do that. The most liftoff bonus. You
By
guys
Sunday
agree
night.
with it? By Sunday night, from tonight until Sunday night, is going to win one of our silver coins. And if there happen to be two of you that tie,
Right.
then we're out
we-
2 coins.
Yeah. There we
Okay? So the person who gets the most liftoff bonus by Sunday night. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Have a good
Good
night.
night.